Yo, what's going on? What's going on? Dana White has addressed the allegations. So we got a little 4-minute video to react to. And, you know, Harry Mack has promised me he's coming on the pod again today. We'll see. We'll see. Harry Mack, you better be here, brother. You better be here. I'm sending you a DM now. Okay, so we shall see if Harry Mack will respond. But shout out everybody watching. And yeah, Dana just dropped this update. Met up with TMZ Sports to do an interview. Through Zoom it looks like. And basically reveals that the FBI has been at the UFC headquarters following Isaac Dulgarian's fight-fixing allegations. Dana basically says right here he approached Dulgarian before the fight, gave him a chance, asked him multiple questions in relation to the fixing, didn't acknowledge it, said it was all up on the up and up. As soon as the fight ended, Dana says he called the FBI. All right, so that's the spoiler alert. And Dana also talks about Harry Mack in here. So, you know, Harry Mack coming on the pod, we can get an exclusive response right away. As long as Harry Mack shows up this time. All right, last night he left us hanging. He told me that he's going to be here tonight. So let's see. But I guess first we can react to this video of Dana. Eli says, Dana looking real pink. Too good, too good. He looking a little bit red for sure. It was a hairy day at the UFC PI, to say the least. What up, Unbroken? Fruity and Slip, federal fucking prison. You boys already You boys already know. You boys already know. Okay, here's the clip of Dana addressing the allegations for the first time. What up, Iron Aries? What up, brother? Glad to see you. Soda Pop, what up, Soda Pop? I said it too. I said they'd be investigated now for coming out and saying this, and now they're walking back their statements. How about that, boys? They're walking back their fucking statements. Vince Morales and everybody acting like it's a fucking joke. Where's the crying, laughing faces? The only person I believe that was trolling is Lando Venata, saying that it happened 7 times, saying that his record reflects it because he got a ton of L's on his record. I believe Lando Venata was being sarcastic, even though he could have cleared that up sooner. Vince Morales and Vanessa Demopoulos have no excuses. Zilch, none, don't even want to hear it. Even if they tell me that they were joking, I don't believe it. Looking like he wants to fry and eat something. He looked like he's about to go in the fryer. He looks like a hot dog before it goes in the fryer. Vince Morales retweeted my love you buddy post, though. He's a real one. Soda Pop, I know you'll get this one. And if anybody else saw the headline earlier this year, you'll get it too. But I'm just saying this. Dana White going, we're going to be Isaac Dulgarian's worst nightmare. That saying has been made famous on this program with the Joaquin Buckley interview saying that he's Islam Makhachev's worst nightmare. Now, I know those words might have came back to bite him in the butt after losing to Kamaru, but nonetheless, it's a great saying, and I like to hear Dana using it. Okay, so we'll read some more of the chats, but let's react to this 4-minute clip real quick. Shout out to all the boys watching. Thanks for liking the video. Keep liking it. You know what I'm saying? And if you're new, subscribe. Okay, we'll watch the video now.
Probably about 1 o'clock that day, we're with a company called IC360, and they are the best bet monitoring company in the business. And they reached out to us and they told us that there was some unusual action going on with that fight. Do we know anything? You know, we didn't. So what we did was we called the fighter and his lawyer and said, what's going on? There's some weird action going on in your bet. Weird betting action going on in your fight. Are you injured? Do you owe anybody money? Has anybody approached you to, you know, and the kid said, no, absolutely not. I'm going to kill this guy. And, you know, so we said, okay. The fight plays out, and first round finish by rear naked choke. Literally the first thing we did was call the FBI. So we called the FBI. I've met with the FBI twice today. So that's the whole thing. Now you see people out there talking, oh, there's hundreds of fights under. It's total bullshit.
So this is him talking about Harry Mack's tweet. He's referencing Harry Mack. I just spoke to Harry Mack just a second ago. We're talking seconds ago. Harry Mack has confirmed with me once again he's currently getting set to come on the pod, all right? So we got Harry Mack coming on. We're going to ask him about Dana calling bullshit on his statements. If you got questions for Harry Mack, drop them in the chat. If they're good, I'll ask it, all right? I want to see some questions in the chat. But yeah, Dana, you know, the fact that Dulgarian's lawyer was present, I mean, how the hell do you get his lawyer on the line so quick? We'll see. I'm going to ask Harry Mack about this whole Jason House controversy that we were talking about last night. But I told him I will call him at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. So we got 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes.
Total, usual clickbait bullshit.
Clickbait bullshit. Interesting wording. We're going to find out right now if it's clickbait bullshit, Dana. Daddy Dana.
C360, our company, they monitor all of the betting. Like I said, they're the best in the business. There aren't hundreds of fights being investigated. All clickbait BS. So this company, IC360, which is the best bet monitoring company in the business, we've been with them.
He says there's not hundreds, but is there like 50? You know what I'm saying? Is there some?
For years, and we get a report after every single fight that we do. So for anybody out there that's clickbait and saying, oh, there's hundreds of fights, it's all bullshit. We've been with these guys for years. We take this very serious, and you know, we're watching every single fight that happens in the UFC, from the first prelim to the main event. So when this did happen, you know, a couple of years ago, whenever it was, that investigation is still ongoing, and now will be a part of this investigation too.
You mentioned talking to the FBI. Are you directly talking to Cash Patel? I'm sure you do have a relationship.
Yeah, I talked to him this morning, but then we just had an office full of FBI agents in here. So, you know, we if you try to do this, I've been very vocal and very open about this. We will be your worst enemy. We will immediately go after you, guns a-blazing, with the FBI and whoever else we need to get. And we will do everything we can to make sure you go to prison. It's like, you know, you know, you're seeing things out on the internet where like fighters are coming out and going, oh, I was approached.
We will do everything we can to make sure you go to prison is crazy, but you know, what's he supposed to say? But Isaac Dulgarian, you know, who knows? Is it bullshit? You know, even Dana says, you know, it's not for sure that he's guilty yet. Ariel talking to, I see Soda Pop in the chat saying, what's his name? Isaac got kicked from Factory X, by the way. And what up, Dylan? Good to see you, Dylan, on time today. But speaking to the Isaac getting kicked out of Factory X, Ariel was speaking to his coach, and basically said like, hey, why'd you kick him out? Because like he might not be guilty. So I don't know. Ariel, again, he speaks very intently. Him even suggesting that he might not be guilty to me seems like he might have intel that he's not guilty. I don't know. But I'm just saying, we'll ask Harry Mack too. But continuing.
Approached. Really? Why didn't you tell us that? Or more importantly, why didn't you tell law enforcement that you were approached? Now? Now you're saying that you were approached? It's like if somebody comes up and says, hey, I want you to rob a bank. I'm going to rob banks. Want to rob a bank with me? And you don't do it. What, you're not gonna tell law enforcement? It's really weird that fighters are coming out now saying they were approached, and they're going to be approached now by the FBI.
We see this going on in other.
And they're getting fucking cut. The fact that they did get approached, right? And the reason why they're walking it back is because they didn't fucking come tell the UFC sooner. How do you get approached and not come tell the UFC? Like, I'd be like, yo, this suspicious fucking character just approached me about fixing a fight. Just so you know. I got nothing to do with it.
Sports, what the NBA is dealing with right now. As the person who runs the most prominent promotion in this sport, you just hate to see something like this, right? Whether the UFC or any other sport.
I hate to see anybody in our sport do anything illegal, you know, but fight fixing is absolutely insane. To get to this level and go out and be a part of fight. And I'm not saying this kid's guilty. You know what I mean? There's no proof that he's done this yet, but I can tell you this, it doesn't look good. It definitely doesn't look good. You know, we approached him before the fight, he and his lawyer, and they denied that anything, you know, from everything. Are you hurt? You know, are you injured in any way? Do you owe people money? Have you been asked to do anything, you know, illegal? We asked them all the questions, and everything was absolutely not, hell no. So the fight went on. And then, like I said, fight ended by finish in the first round, literally walked out from the octagon into my room in the back and called the FBI.
Okay, so that's Dana. He went into the back room, called the FBI. FBI visited headquarters today.
And they reached out to...
Okay, in the first statement given. Now we're going to get Harry Mack on right now. Okay? I think I should just call him. Let me see something. Let me see what I can do. Harry Mack is in the bullpen on deck. All right, boys? Dana is so tough. That's Daddy Dana right there. That's Daddy Dana. Okay, it looks like I gotta call him on the phone. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, boys, send me some if you got some questions for Harry Mack right now, drop it in the chat. I'm gonna call him right now. Cash is growing more and more cross-eyed by the day. Shout out Cash Patel. Harry, why the fuck you lag on this yesterday, man? I know. We're getting Harry in now, so let's see. I texted, I sent Harry a DM today. I said, I'm going to be live tonight, bro. You owe us. We waited for you last night. Soda Pop, I'm going to ask. Don't worry. Don't worry, Soda Pop. I already got that one ready. You thought I wouldn't ask that one? Give me 2 on the shitter, LMAO, but I got you. He's on the shitter. He said 2 minutes. Okay, brother. Let me know when. Call. All right, all right. We got him coming on. We already got Harry fucking, you know what I mean? He's already known in the chat. Let me just shut this door to make, I just want to feel a little bit better while I'm doing this call. Give me 1 second. In case it gets cold in here, I got my fucking sweater ready to go. Question for Harry. Do you plan on sharing the info with the authorities? Thank you, Dylan. That's a great question. Yeah, I heard a couple other people say they're getting Harry Mack on, but hey, they haven't made it to the headlines yet. Soda Pop, I just want to say this, and anyone else in the chat who got a fucking account, get your clipping ready. Get the clips ready. All right? If we get an exclusive, we need a clip. And yeah, and if you don't want to post it, at the very least, just send me the screen recording, because it's so much fucking work for me to go back and find the timestamp in a timely manner. All right? So at the very least, someone screen record something and send it to me if it's an exclusive. Harry Mack. Okay, got you, Unbroken. Got you. Yeah, keep the questions coming. Keep the questions coming, boys. We got 4 so far. What up, Simon Feck? Simon Feck. What up, Simon Feck? Harry Mack taking a shit at 10:30 Pacific or 10:30 Eastern. Bro, I don't take shits past like 7 p.m. I don't know about you guys. We just waiting on Harry Mack. He needs more fiber. I got fast metabolism. I go at any time. Wild Soda Pop. No, I'd be taking shits throughout the day too. Like sometimes multiple. But for me, like the bowel movements, they cut off around 7 p.m. Probably even sooner. Probably like 4 or 5 p.m. the bowel movements cut off. This man, Harry Mack. We only need him for like 15 minutes, bro. It's such a harmless 15 minutes. He saw the message. Okay, Dylan, great question. Great questions, Dylan. Great questions. And the fact that you are asking it, that relieves me of the burden, you know? I didn't ask it, Dylan did. Dylan did, not me. I know. We're giving Harry some time here. We're giving Harry some time. Love you, SD. Love you, Vince. Let's go. Oh, so that's Harry Mack, I think, in the bottom right.
Steve Garcia
So,
fights.
in my
Songy Dong
original
versus
post,
Cejudo.
I mentioned that
This is Harry
there were
Mack.
2 additional fighters on last night's card flagged for abnormal betting activity. Onama was one of them.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And I mean, people are calling for that fight, and like I said, it was very surprising. You consider number 12 versus number 13 in the UFC.
That's supposed to be a competitive fight.
Yeah.
But
I don't want to take away from Steve Garcia because the
No.
finish streak that he has is unbelievable, and that just continued it. But still,
Yeah.
And I also want to ask, like you said, there were 3 fighters flagged on this weekend's card, with Dulgarian Onama being 2 of them, both being linked to James Krause. Are we able to know who that third person was?
Frunza.
okay.
Really interesting. Okay,
Frunza.
and Daniel Frunza, to my knowledge, does not have any correlation with James Krause. With the other 2 did. So
And
interesting.
correct. And once again, that could just be some guy has a hunch and plays a little bit more than he normally would.
Also want to point.
So Frunza, Onama. So no SD. SD's name is cleared. SD Dumas had nothing to do with it. Shout out SD. Shout out SD. Free SD. See, I said the same thing just now. So Dana confirms all of my reporting, but also told on himself because he is stupid. I stated 100 fights were flagged for abnormal betting activity. Dana says 100 fights aren't being investigated. So how many are, Dana? That's my thing too. Where do you live and how connected are you to this betting thing? I live in Vegas and might be able to help you connect the dots with this. Nice try, Dana. Here he is again on a podcast. 23 minutes. All right, I'm following up with Harry Mack. The fact that he is appearing on podcasts, like, come on, bro, hurry up. I know you don't got cold feet. You already showed up a couple times. All right, Aries, let me reach out to SD. I've actually been in contact with him since the fight. I just sent him a little message, and he was like, I basically just told him to keep working hard, and he's like, facts, bro. So maybe we can get that interview in. Did he go to school for journalism? I'm not sure. Let me ask him. He got a good source. He's responding to me right now. I went to school for journalism. The best thing I learned is fucking how to look up court cases. Everything else they teach you is low-key like ass, bro. You're going to be a nobody your entire life if you listen to what they tell you. And they don't teach you how to get information. Which is like the whole part of being a journalist. They don't even tell you that. Yes, we're going live. Yes, straight live. We can just do a FaceTime on here. Okay, we're getting Harry Mack on right now. We're getting Harry Mack on right now. My homie paying so much for teaching and he don't even want to do it anymore, but he's 3 years deep. Yeah, dude, I finished that shit. I graduated too with the degree, but bro, it's fucking... I wish I just did my shit, you know? Like, dropped out pretty much and wish I started sooner, full time on this. Because, like, it just delayed it, bro. The same shit I've been doing since I graduated, like, I never went and got a real journalism job. Like, I already had this cooking in college. I was just doing it part-time. And I should have fucking, like, maybe dropped out after, like, 2 years. Okay, let's FaceTime homie right now. Harry Mack, what up? Hey, say what's up to everybody, Harry Mack. What up, bro? This is the stream. You see the stream right here?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So I just wanted to confirm with them that you're on here. But all right, bro. So what's the deal, man? Like, how the hell did you find all this info and shit?
That feels like a loaded question. Excuse me. As you can imagine, it's been a long day.
Yeah.
Constantly. Let's start at square one. Fight is scheduled. Dulgarian, Del Valle, everything seems normal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dulgarian opens as a moderate favorite, even gets steamed up throughout the week, bet up from about 230 to around 290. Now, Saturday morning, excuse me, a source of mine alerted me to some strange, let's call it some, abnormal betting action, whatever we want to call it. I found it to be worth looking into, so even though a bunch of people on the internet have called me a gay, retarded Jewish liar or whatever.
I've been seeing trans shit too. That's crazy.
I do have sources, and I them. It turns out, I mean, listen, man, I've worked in this game a long time, and I understand I'm not very public-facing. You know, I did media for a bit. I've had my work credited in fucking ESPN. I've broke fights, but I work a bit more behind the scenes now. I work more in matchmaking and in promotion. But the point is, I do this shit, brother. I'm around these guys. You know, I've trained at Longos for a long time. I have been lucky enough to make some incredible connections through various odd jobs, various promotions I've worked for. I mean, it's genuinely more than I can count at this point. I think half of my wardrobe is shit that a promoter gave me for free at some point. But
are you a journalist or more of like somebody who's worked inside the MMA industry for a long time?
Yeah, so that's a fun question, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a journalist.
Okay.
I would not consider myself a journalist. I've used the term MMA media in the past because I've been credentialed for events. I've covered all that. I've done press conferences. I've done a lot of interviews. You can find all that back on my Instagram, back on my YouTube. Unfortunately, the reality of MMA media is there's not a lot of money in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, a lot of the writing gigs I got sucked.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted stories about fucking Jake Paul and this and that, and
what do they be paying for that, by the way?
Not the worst paying MMA job I ever had. Oh, you know what? They don't exist anymore. I can just name them. Fansided. It was Fansided MMA.
Okay.
It was $1 for every 100 views. No, $1
That's
for
insane.
every 100 views. I don't know. It was the worst paying writing job I've ever had.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I will say probably the best paying writing job I ever had in the space was, funny enough, working for a promotion, working for PFL and doing written play-by-play for them for a few years.
Okay.
So, I guess the picture I'm painting here is I've done a lot.
You can get insider information, it sounds like, from your previous jobs.
That's more or less what I'm getting at,
Yeah, I got you.
Everyone wants to question sources, question this, question that. You work in this industry long enough, you get to know people, and yeah, guess what? You can walk into any major gym in the country, and I got relationships with somebody in there, and you're not going to find somebody in this business, maybe outside of the UFC and promoters and Ali Abdelaziz and some other people who I've pissed off who don't really like me, but I don't care about them. I care about fighters, and you're not going to find a single fighter who has a bad thing to say about me.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, what I do this for, I truly, I care about these guys. I want better for these guys. I worked in employment law for 7 years. I was a paralegal. I am unfortunately very familiar with labor law, with unionization, with all of it, and it just it breaks my heart how some of these guys are treated, man. I have friends who have been chewed up and spit out by the UFC, and
happens every day.
That's what I'm saying, man. And yeah, it's just, it breaks my heart. The state of the business, the managers we allow to operate with impunity in this business. It's just top to bottom, rank with corruption.
So let me, I don't mean to cut you off, but let me ask you, because you touched on managers. What's going on with Jason House, Iridium Sports Agency? I don't care if these people redacted statements, right? I think I've heard 4 people talking about fight fixing, and like 3 of the 4 are a part of Iridium.
It's not a good look.
And then you throw Onama in there, that's like 4 out of 5. You know, because I'm talking Vanessa, I'm talking Vince, I'm talking Isaac. I saw the video, you said Onama, right? 4. Onama was flagged.
So I will say, yes, Onama was flagged, but I do want to clarify, because I think a lot of people have kind of misconstrued this.
Okay.
Flagged and fixed are not synonyms, right? So flagged in this case, it's a pretty broad term, right? That's what federal investigators use as a blanket term for anything, right? So something could get flagged for, let's say somebody has a dormant betting account and they haven't bet in forever. It's not a crazy bet or anything like that, but if that guy walks into a sports book and lays down $1,000 bet, that's probably going to get flagged as something that's a little weird. Know your customer laws, all of these, these are why these regulations exist. If you bet at a legal sports book, they have all your financial information. They have your fucking social security number. I don't think these guys necessarily understand that. And they really understand the implications of that.
They can see your betting history, so if you drop like 2K on a bet, that's like a fucking underdog bet per se on like a prop, right?
Right.
And you're normally betting.
Let's say you never bet MMA. Let's say you're a casual bettor. You come in on Sundays. You bet $100 here or there on football, and then yes, out of nowhere you walk in and you place a $5,000 bet on a random prop wager in an MMA fight. That's going to get flagged.
Definitely.
So that's a very broad term.
Okay. So there could have been something like that. Like you said, they're not synonyms, so it's not accusing Onama of fixing or anything like that.
Correct.
But he could have been flagged, is what you're saying. Or he was flagged.
Yes. That fight was flagged for irregular betting activity. Yes,
okay, so even if we take out Onama, what's the deal with Iridium? Because, okay, let me just throw this out there, right? Before all this happened, a few months ago, I've been noticing, I don't know, I mean, you seem pretty tapped in, so maybe you've been noticing too. Iridium gets all their fights leaked. Like, all of their fights get leaked. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Leaked in what?
Like, Peter Yan versus Marcus McGee got leaked by Magic Bets.
Okay, I understand.
And then there's other ones too, like before that, I don't have it off the top of my head, but there's been other ones where they get leaked and shit like that. So to the point where I'm like, is there a mole in Jason House's camp?
Speaking again, this is conjecture. This is my opinion.
Okay.
My guess there would genuinely be, I don't really think there's anything nefarious happening there. What a lot of agents will, I shouldn't say that, I guess, because there could be a nefarious element. One thing that agents and the UFC will do is publicly announce that a fight has been accepted.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when they're doing that, their guy has accepted the fight and the other guy hasn't. So now you're in a position where if you're the other guy and you don't accept the fight, well, now it's so and so pulled out. So and so's a pussy. This guy's the reason the fight didn't fall through.
Mm-hmm.
So that can be a strategy that managers and promoters use to put pressure on fighters to take fights.
Yeah.
Now, I cannot say with certainty that is what is happening there. You know what I mean? I can't say that. I do think there's also just an element of, it's a lot of these same guys who get these scoops. And
they're pressuring fighters, potentially, is what you're saying. Like, I think, because I did DM Marcus McGee when that fight got broke, and Marcus was like, I'm down to accept it, but I have not signed yet because I'm trying to negotiate a little bit. He's a higher-ranked guy,
Yes.
So then I was like, okay, so it's pretty much going to happen. Yeah. And it did end up getting announced a couple weeks later.
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Oh, no, I was just saying it ended up getting announced a couple weeks later anyway, so he was right. He just hadn't signed. So maybe it was a pressuring thing, trying to get Marcus to take the fight, without having to make him sign a new deal, right?
Right. Listen, there's a lot of posturing and negotiating and leveraging that goes on behind the scenes that we aren't privy to. Yeah. That's a fact.
Okay, but speaking
I will
to...
definitely that is a strategy that promoters can use to put some pressure on a fighter. Yes.
Right. So I heard that you had the conversation with Jason House. So kind of like how did he kind of get involved in this and get on your radar to even want to call him and stuff?
Well, I think the answer to that's obvious, right? First of all, Dulgarian's his guy.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems obvious that I would want to talk to the manager there. The other part of this, obviously, is that my reporting, which again has been confirmed by Dana White and Ariel Helwani at this point, was the key. So there's obviously the element of Isaac himself, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to let investigators do their thing. We all saw what we saw. We all have our opinions, but I don't want to throw around words that are going to get me in trouble.
Okay.
We all saw what we saw. If we're operating under the assumption that he did throw that fight, that creates obviously an issue for Isaac in and of itself, and he's going to have an issue, and I can confidently tell you he will never fight professionally in mixed martial arts again.
Wow.
I can tell you that. The other issue, which I did report, was the UFC was made aware of the abnormal betting activity about, from what I understand, somewhere between 2 and 3 hours before the fight. From my understanding, not from my understanding, from what I know for a fact, multiple conversations were had between Hunter Campbell, Dulgarian's team, and I guess the rest of the UFC. Dulgarian's team said, we don't know anything about this. We don't know what's going on. This is weird. Our guy's ready to go. He's ready to go out there and kill someone. And we saw what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So that now begs the question, why the fuck did they allow that fight to happen? Why did they allow that fight to happen? I'm just sitting here, like I said, I work in promotion. From a very basic risk reward, I'm in 3rd grade making a fucking pro-con chart.
Mm-hmm.
The negatives and the cons and the risks so far outweigh any potential benefit from putting on a random Apex.
I would argue there's no benefit. Like, you could scratch that. The money's already been made. Like,
nothing matters.
Nothing matters. Yeah, nothing matters. Nobody really even knows them that well anyway.
No.
Yeah.
No. And guess what? Then this whole thing is a non-story. You and I aren't here talking about this. This isn't national news.
Right.
So they had a chance to pull this fight. And again, just back to that risk reward. You know that there is abnormal betting activity on this fight. The final handle on that Dulgarian fight was $16 million.
Wow.
It is difficult for me to even contextualize how insane that is for a fucking Apex prelim fight.
On two basically no names, right? If we're just keeping it real.
Yeah, more or less. And I mean, listen,
16 million for people like that.
No, it's absurd.
Yeah,
that's like an NBA game handle. That's like a low tier NFL game handle. That's that's unheard of at that level. Which again, obviously, is going to raise flags.
Yeah.
So Yeah, it obviously raises a question, and I don't think it's an unfair question to ask of, okay, so it was the UFC incentivized to put on this fight. The other element that I am genuinely sympathetic to Isaac to, I don't think a lot of these guys understand what they're getting themselves into in terms of the actual legality, in terms of, listen, brother, if you got someone throwing, if you have a group of people throwing $16 million down to fix a fucking fight, game this out with me. Hunter Campbell walks in. He says, hey, we got this tip. There's abnormal betting activity. In my brain, I now know, okay, the money's been placed. The bets have been placed. If I do choose to walk away and not take the fight, that... I don't want to say anything that's going to get me in trouble here, but the kind of people who lay $16 million on a fixed fight are not the kind of people that you want to cross and make enemies of. So I understand from his perspective, feeling he had no choice.
The bridge had already been crossed, right? Once the bridge had kind of already been crossed.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I understand why Dulgarian's team would still lobby for the fight, but I also am of the opinion that you can never ask a fighter and a coach, hey, do you guys want to fight? The answer is going to be yes. Almost always. Like, a guy can be half fucking dead. The answer is going to be yes. That's where it becomes a question of, okay, so how much of this responsibility falls on the UFC for allowing a clearly compromised fight to happen?
Yeah, that's a blunder. Because like we just said, if you weigh it out real quick, I do it even on YouTube. There's fighters who I have relationships with, and I make a quick decision like, I'd rather get an interview in the future. This risk outweighs the reward, so I'm not even going to put it out. I'll get more out of it by not putting it out in the future. These guys do this all the time. You know what I mean? $billion company.
Absolutely.
So it is a little bit suspicious when you look at it like that,
Yeah, absolutely. And that, again, is where I think the question marks come in about, whose head's on the fucking chopping block here?
Yeah.
Because, like I said, Dulgarian's not going to fight again, but in my opinion, that's not a satisfactory outcome here.
Could Isaac be innocent at all? Or no? Because Ariel's talking about, he might not be innocent. What happens if he's innocent? Will you let him back in the gym? Dana's on this TMZ saying, we don't know for sure yet. Is that just them covering their tracks? Or is there, some stuff coming in that Isaac might not have had as much to do with it?
I think that feels more like covering your bases.
Okay.
This is my opinion. Again, I'm not speaking from a place of sourced information or facts or anything like
Gotcha.
that. That feels to me more like covering your bases. But, again, we all saw what we saw.
Yeah.
And the thing is, yes, this does happen in MMA. It's fighting. Guys go into fights hurt. It happens. But the tacit handshake agreement has always been, you shut the fuck up about it. Nobody finds out about it, at least until after the fight. I have never seen anything as brazen as this. I have never seen anything so poorly planned and executed, and there's so much that just makes absolutely no sense here.
Or almost even blatantly executed too. There were so many opportunities to not let this happen, and it was blatantly went through.
Yeah, again, that's where yes, I think some of the responsibility absolutely does fall on the UFC.
Okay.
Your job is to protect the integrity of our sport. This is a fucking stain. This is not something that just goes away. And guess what? It's getting worse because for some reason, me breaking this story has empowered a bunch of fighters to decide to come out and say, "Oh, I was also offered money to throw a fight."
Yeah.
It's baffling.
Have you reached out to try to confirm any of that info, or to kind of see as far as even who's reaching out to these fighters and stuff like that? Who are these mysterious people?
I am working quite hard to figure that out.
Okay.
I can I have no idea why Vince Morales tweeted that he was joking. That was a very stupid thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
I can personally tell you what happened with Vince Morales, according to Vince Morales, was he was approached on the casino floor by a guy he did not know who offered him $70,000 in cash to throw the fight. He said no. They went their separate ways. He claims he never saw the guy again, never knew his name. But again, it happened.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why you turn around and go, oh, just kidding. Well, that you're not helping, buddy. You're not helping.
He kind of shot himself in the foot because now the UFC, what Dana said in this thing too, is like, so you got approached and you're tweeting about it, but you didn't tell me about this months ago?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's
like,
why he's saying I think he's joking.
These guys have an obligation. They absolutely have an obligation to report to either the commission, federal investigators, or the promotion, hey, I've been approached to throw a fight. That's a federal crime. That's not, like, again, like I said earlier, like, everyone who posted some shit like that and is now deleting it and backtracking and I was just kidding, congratulations on the free interview you just booked yourself with the FBI, dumbass.
No, that's what they just did.
100%.
Yeah.
Try snitching, brother. I don't know what you're
Self-snitching
doing.
at its finest.
Yes. As far as Vanessa Demopoulos, she claims that she was unable to find the DM. And that is all the information that I was able to get there. I'm sorry, what were the other names? I know, it's like, I literally can't keep track of this.
No, it was just Vince, Vanessa, and then Lando. And I do believe Lando was joking just because of the way he worded it, but...
Lando, I have not spoken to. I have been meaning to reach out to him, but I am kind of the same opinion that was a little tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, talking about, like, my record reflects it, and he's kind of got double-digit losses.
I do still think this is a thing that is happening quite regularly.
Yeah.
Clearly.
So, and speaking of a thing that's happening quite regularly, the fighters we're talking about, I read your tweet, and before I even read it, I had the same response. Dana's saying, you know, calling fake news on your behalf, but then also confirming. I mean, he's saying I knew about it beforehand. You said he knew about it beforehand. So what exactly are you lying about? So my thing is exactly what you said. Okay, it's not hundreds. I see you harping on the word hundreds. So how many is it then? Is it 50?
Word hundreds. He said 100 fixed. I never reported 100 fixed fights. I said 100 fights were flagged for abnormal betting activity.
Right, and flagged is not fixed, as we discussed earlier.
Just explained, that's a broad fucking term. That could be a guy waking up and having a hunch and throwing more money than he usually does on something. So him focusing on there aren't... to me, I think he fucking told on himself there. Because I never said being investigated or fixed. So he says there aren't 100 fights that are being investigated. Great. Tell me how many are now.
Because you said they were being flagged.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which doesn't imply...
Like Onama's not being investigated, right? It just got flagged.
I do not know at this point
Okay.
if he is being investigated. I just know that one was flagged. But yes, again, the language that he's a stupid fucking guy, man. The language... He misunderstood what I fucking said, and he responded to not what I was saying. And in doing so, yes, revealed that there is an active FBI investigation, just like I fucking said.
Crazy.
So yes, I'm not really sure what I'm being accused of lying about. When him and Alwani are both like, nope, this is all true.
Yeah, they vindicated you. And actually, I feel like Ariel kind of stole some of your shine, bro. That's why if you look at my Instagram page, I didn't credit Ariel. I posted your fucking tweets. Because you're the one who fucking broke the news.
Ariel just read my shit verbatim. And
I know.
didn't really add other than I can confirm this. Thanks, man.
Yeah, he basically said after you said that there's 100 flag fights, he's like, I can assure you people are being approached. So I guess it's a little bit of different news, but it's along the same lines.
Yes, but I know he also said it was not an isolated incident. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's very funny to go from one day getting absolutely crucified to the next day, hey man, good job breaking this. But like,
yeah, Chael, I saw Chael's response.
Some people being like, no, you're just making this up, or somehow I want clicks or clout, or I don't give a fuck about any of that, dude.
Yeah.
You know how many fucking bridges that I am burning in doing this? There's a reason people aren't reporting on this. I fucking am.
Got you.
Can't. Like,
I respect the work. I respect the work.
Principles.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything from the Herzog?
So all I am aware of on that front is that I do not know the details. I do not know if there is a fight that spurred this specifically. I just know that federal investigators feel that there is something there worth looking into and auditing. So they're going to take a look at his fights. He had some very weird responses on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Posting like a very normal guy, really normal, really not worried at all. But yes, he is being audited. I don't necessarily know the full extent of that, the full extent of what that investigation looks like. But, I mean, I had a guy in my mentions tell me, well, what would a UFC referee have to do with a gambling scandal? And I replied, what would Tim Donaghy have to do with an NBA gambling? Like, do you hear yourself, you fucking idiot?
These guys have all the control. Why wouldn't they get approached is the bigger question. Who wouldn't approach them?
What other sport does the single referee have the power to arbitrarily stop the fight at any time?
Right. No, I don't think. Yeah.
Here?
It's
And
the
by
only
the
sport
way,
that exists.
Get paid like shit too. Those guys do not get paid well.
Right. So why not get compromised? And the people with deep pockets, they know they don't have that much money. That's why they're targeting the lower level UFC fighters. So on this topic too, you know, Ariel's saying fighters are getting approached. That seems like the easier route if you want to fix a fight. But you're also saying with this Herzog thing that, like, is it safe to say that referees are also being approached to you know, sway fight results? Is that a better way of saying it? Like over under type shit? Like we have Mergliotta stopping a fight with 3 seconds left. Did somebody have a bet on the over? You know, you're forcing Kevin Holland to fight. You know,
there's a lot of weird shit to look at.
He's blatantly lying to Kevin Holland, telling him if you don't continue, you're gonna be DQ'd. 2 nut shots, no point taken. Like, what? Did you not want the fight to end in a no contest?
Henry Cejudo told Herzog he couldn't see, and Herzog had him continue for the next round.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, I am not in a position. I do not have enough information to sit here and tell you, you know, so and so is guilty, so and so is rigging fights, so and so has been approached. But it seems that federal investigators feel that there is enough of a pattern for it to be worth looking into.
Okay. And Herzog, I guess, is the only one that I guess has come up on your radar. No other guys have come up?
That's the only name that I have personally heard. So,
okay.
So, I would not be surprised once again that it feels very much like this is still the tip of the iceberg here.
Yeah. Just real quick, do you know why Mergliotta claims that he stopped that fight with Kyle Nelson a couple weeks ago?
I do not.
So he claims he has a hearing problem and he can't hear the bell. And he's communicated this with the announcers. Yeah, but then why are you reffing if you can't hear the bell?
Yeah,
Is that an excuse? That's a golden excuse in my opinion. That at least allows me to call into question if you're refereeing with a problem like that, is that an excuse to get away, you know what I mean, with swaying fight results? I have to question it if you're stepping in the octagon that way. Yeah. And it wasn't even the first time. Kyle Nelson was like the second time he prematurely stopped a fight before the end of the round. He's done it before.
I think these are all absolutely fair questions to ask, and I think hopefully sooner than later we're going to get some answers.
Okay, all right. And just to add to that, one last thing is, like, speaking about how you care about the fighters, why I'm a little bit enraged is because I don't care how tough Frevola is. Of course he's going to continue. But when he was that badly hurt, you forced him to take another 10 minutes of damage when he could have got out of there after being concussed. You know, like, that's I know Frevola's tough,
so
but
I want to be transparent here.
Okay.
Maddie is a good friend of mine.
I know, you say you're from Long Island, so.
Fine.
Yeah.
So
let me just have that take then. You could let me have that.
For him there, but
okay.
All I will tell you is Maddie wanted to continue the fight, and he is a guy who is might need to be protected from himself here and there, but he would much rather go out on his fucking sword.
Yeah, and it's nothing against Matt, and I know, you know, if Matt sees this or whatever, it's like, I'm just looking out for the best interest of the fighter.
He got up and fought. They told him the round was starting. He said, okay.
Of course he's going to continue.
Of course.
Yeah,
exactly.
of course. Okay.
So,
let me read the chat. I think I got some guys in here asking questions. Do you have anything else you want to add, though? Any new developments or anything?
Nothing that comes off the top of the head, but I've also, I've been at this, it's been a long couple days, so
Yeah.
I'll fire away. Let's see.
Okay, let me see here. We got, let me filter through. They've been commenting while we've been chatting.
Like,
Oh, so somebody's saying...
A little Brawley statue in the background?
Yeah. You know Brawley. Hell yeah.
I see you.
Yeah, let's go. Okay, so somebody says they're kind of having a question about the Frunza flagged accusations. They're saying he would have tapped round 1. That was fully locked in. No way Frunza threw. But again, you're not saying he threw, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I am not accusing Frunza of throwing a fight. I am saying that there was abnormal betting activity that was flagged on that fight. That's
Okay.
it.
Got you.
I do understand that there is some conflation and some confusion there, but I want to clarify again that those are two different things.
Okay, I got you. You don't happen to freestyle by chance, do you?
No, I get asked that question. Apparently, I chose a pseudonym of a guy much more famous than me because I'm stupid. So,
Oh, okay. It's a play on your name then.
freestyle guy. That's not me. I coach boxing for a living.
Okay. Oh, so do you know if do you have a number amount for any of the, or I guess not any of the fighters, but mostly for Isaac? Do you have any kind of like number of what Isaac might have been offered to throw that shit? Because you're talking 16 million. Maybe.
Correct.
Yeah.
I am not aware.
Okay.
I has been radio silent, and I would imagine that is at the advice of counsel and federal investigators.
Okay. This also adds another question I had. I heard from Dana on this interview that James Krause his investigation with the Derek Minner thing is still ongoing. Have you happened to ask about any updates on that? Because we haven't heard anything from Krause either.
As far as I'm aware, James Krause and Jeff Molina are both still being actively investigated by the FBI.
Okay. Got you. No new developments then. Just ongoing investigation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Got you. A couple more for you. And I appreciate the time, brother.
Absolutely. My pleasure, man.
Let me see here. Oh, anything about judges getting approached for fucking fixing shit? You ever heard anything like that?
Not that I am aware of. I think judges are just real bad at their fucking jobs.
Okay. There needs to be a higher barrier of entry, like black belt or something, like it is in like jiu-jitsu, you know?
Yes, I'm glad we're seeing more guys. Like, you know, it's awesome when you see Frank Trigg out there, and it was cool to see Chris Lieben out there before he decided to be a UFC mouthpiece and lobby in favor of this new Ali Act.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, you know, it's nice to see those guys involved.
I've been trying to... I'll leave you with this then, or we can end on this, because I'm not seeing too many questions. Comment your new questions if you guys have them, and I'll ask it. But I'll pretty much end it on this, because you brought up the Ali Act. Like, in real basic terms, like, what's kind of your thoughts on this whole thing? Like, whether it's good or bad for fighters, you know?
Disbanding the Ali Act is very bad for fighters.
Okay.
It is a net negative for fighters. The Ali Act should be expanded to cover MMA. So, for those who aren't familiar, the Ali Act it prevents a single body from controlling all of the talent, basically, right? So that's why we have the WBO and the WBC and the IFC and you know, Usyk unifying 4 belts, right? There's independent ranking systems, and when a fight is going to be made for a belt, those different regulators have to put in bids. They have to bid on those fights, which is why those guys make millions and millions and millions of dollars, because they have actual fucking bargaining power. Whereas the UFC signs you, they give you what they give you, you can get fucked afterwards. So I think the fact that they are I mean, they're trying to basically, yeah, they're trying to transpose the MMA pay structure onto boxing, and I don't understand. I can see how it would attract some career jobbers, some career, guys who aren't really anything, but you're telling me that a champion is going to make $800,000? Canelo made fucking $300 million for his last fight, dude. How are you going to attract talent that way? How is that a good thing for fighters in the long term? That's just wage suppression.
Yeah. Well, so what do you have to say then when Dana says, well, we're going to be in our own little corner doing our thing so the other boxers don't have to worry about it? Are you still concerned? Or are you like, okay, go fail in the corner or what?
If that's how it's going to be, then sure. But listen, he's got a lot of powerful friends in high places, so who the fuck knows?
He was able to promote Canelo Crawford.
Somehow or another.
Yeah. Like, just to add to it a little bit in a simple term, because you're talking about the boxing and how they bid on shit between the commissions, not the commissions, but WBO, WBC and shit.
Yes.
Yeah, the UFC, the way they do it is they call two fighters and see which one will say yes sooner.
Correct.
If one guy says no, they say, okay, fine.
Which cheaper guy is available?
Yeah, the cheaper option too. So they're almost bargaining for cheaper fighters.
Like fun action, like Rafael Alves isn't in the UFC right now. You can't tell me that there's 100 lightweights in the world better than that guy. He puts on fun, entertaining fights. He was expensive. He would have been 80-80 to re-sign him. Guess what? You can bring in 10 fucking Contender Series guys for that price. And
get some good knockouts. So you think that's why the talent is like, you hear people saying the talent's not where it almost used to be.
It's by design. It's by design, brother. This has been the design for the last 3 or so years. It's been use Contender Series as a launching pad, to pay, back when they actually used to book good prospects. You get a fight out of a good prospect for $5,000.
Cheap talent.
Correct. And then you have that guy locked up on a 4-fight deal that starts at fucking 10-10. 10-10. 12-12, 14-14, 16-16. That's if you make it 4 fights, which guess what? Most guys don't. So, yeah, they are no longer interested in signing the best talent in the world. Saladin Parnasse would be in the UFC right now. You know what I mean? There are good fighters outside of the UFC, and it's unfortunate that not all fans understand that, but yes, the design of roster construction in the UFC, and we're seeing it now. They don't have star power anymore.
Yeah.
They actively made a choice that they did not want another Conor McGregor ever again. They never wanted a guy to be bigger than the promotion. Because guess what? Conor could walk away tomorrow, and even though he's an evil piece of shit, he could go put on a fight and put on a promotion, and he'd sell 10 million pay-per-views. He would. He'd have no problem doing it, and they know that. So, yes, in my opinion, the UFC is actively invested in not really building stars in the same way that they used to. They bring in cheap talent. There's a high turnover rate. I mean, look at these next couple fucking Apex cards, man. How many of these guys are going to actually stick around or wind up, ever in a title picture or ever in a fight that actually matters for fucking anything? And it's unfortunate. It's a disservice to a lot of these guys. A lot of these guys get thrown in there too early. They lose 2 UFC fights, and you never hear from them again.
And they get speed ran on top of that.
What's that?
And they get speed ran. Like, they get thrown in early, and then they fucking, speed run their career.
Yep. That's what I'm saying, man.
Unless you're Patty.
We don't have guys who develop anymore. We don't have guys who have a chance to. And part of that is managers and the region. I mean, look, as a guy who books on the regional scene, like, yeah, some of these guys are, I'm 6-1, but I'm 6-1 because I've been fed a bunch of fucking cans by a promotion that knows I sell a lot of tickets. You know what I mean? It's tough.
Okay. This is the last question, promise you. Is there anything that can be done to prevent stuff like this in the future? Whether, like, fighters getting approached or accepting offers?
I would say the obvious answer, the no-brainer policy, is anytime the UFC is notified of abnormal betting on a fight, you pull the fucking fight. Easy. Like, I know that's not a solution to this entire problem, but in terms of where we are right now and the fucking optics in this disaster, yeah, hold a fucking fight. So
Okay.
that's one. This is again where it gets more difficult because yes, there is a socioeconomic factor of, like I just said, they've now built a roster comprised of, 400 guys making 12 grand a fight who, yes, just logistically speaking, are going to be more susceptible to things like this. They have created an environment that is ripe for shit like this to fucking happen.
Mm-hmm.
So part of it is pay your fucking fighters what they're worth, and yeah, maybe they won't feel the need to go outside of the system.
Yeah, I hear you for sure.
I would. That's the big two for me.
And you'd have more stars too. Let these guys get a lot of money, live that that superstar lifestyle. Because you see these guys, they're, you know what I mean? A lot of them, they live like me, like a normal guy. And it's like, you're supposed to kind of be like set above us. Like, that's how at least we look at you.
Yeah, and listen, like a lot of these guys, they don't show personality anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Listen, like I don't know how old you are. I don't know how long you've been following the sport.
I'm 29. I've been like a lifelong fan. Since like
you.
Anderson Silva, pretty much.
All right, so you
Yeah.
know that there was a time where there was a middle class in the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
There were guys who were making, 30 grand a fight, but they could clear 6 figures a fight selling their own sponsors, and they could make a comfortable living fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And the UFC took that away too. So you take away all their fucking revenue routes, you pay them like shit, and then you wonder why shit like this fucking happens.
Yeah. Every decision they make is in favor of them. It's eventually going to come back in some type of way. You can't keep doing the fighters wrong.
Exactly.
And it contradicts itself a lot of times too.
If you only serve the bottom line, like the product suffers, and we've seen it suffer.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not what fucking 10 years ago. It's not what it was 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm. All right, brother. Hey, that shit was crazy though. Herzog calling you trans and shit like that. I just got to tell you that. Like, what? That's out of line.
That was fucking weird, man. Like, first of all, what are you, fucking 70 years old? A guy with long hair, you make a transgender joke? That's like, at least if you're gonna be a fucking transphobic piece of shit, at least have good material.
Yeah. No, I hear you. So I just want to put that out there. That was crazy work by him.
And again, yeah, really posting like a guy who's not worried and not concerned at all.
Yeah. I guess we'll see. I used to think Herzog was like gold standard. There you go. I thought Herzog was gold standard. Now I'm looking at him with a watchful eye.
And a lot of people are going back and making threads and doing this, that, and the other thing, and putting a lot together. So I'm glad I've inspired some other citizen journalists.
All right, brother. Hey, well, I appreciate the time again. Nice meeting you, and I'll keep up to date on your updates on X and shit like that.
Absolutely, brother. Yes, you can find me at BB Harry Mac on Twitter, on Instagram. Only other thing I got to plug, if you're in the New York area, December 12th, I got a show we're putting on, Victory Fighting League. We got Kron Gracie and a local guy, Tom Pooch, in our main event for our featherweight title.
Okay,
December 12th, Terminal 5, come through.
December 12th, Terminal 5.
Yep, I'll see you there.
Okay, hell yeah, brother. I'm glad we finally got the time to chat.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. I
All right, man.
appreciate you.
Take care.
Be good.
All right, boys. We got fucking Harry Mack on the program. What do we think? I got no fucking gel in my hair, so this shit looks crazy. I know. Damn, my hair looks fucking crazy, boys. Anyway, we got Harry Mack on the fucking program. What do we think? Damn, I was gonna ask the Lucas Almeida question. My bad. He looks... Okay, let's see what you boys are saying. What up, Scott? Damn, I'm broken. Ah, fuck. I was not seeing these questions. Did Harry cross paths with Wright Thompson at ESPN? Rogue doesn't believe in the fight fixing. He thinks they're all fools who think that the fights are fixed. They just lost their bets. Flagged Frunza for not being able to wrestle. Garcia better than Onama. Del Valle better than Dulgarian. Bad cardio, or Dulgarian was a trash can in the C-Rod fight also. Bad cardio and striking. All these bozos picking him and then complaining like Angelo from We Want Picks. Sorry, buddy, you are not a genius and you don't get to pick every fight correct. I think you're missing some details there, Rogue. A lot of people just being upset because their picks were wrong. Jew's asking the question, so you think people are just mad because they had the wrong picks? Why would they open an FBI investigation over people getting the wrong picks? I agree. Rogue saying FBI will investigate anything nowadays. Here's the thing, even if it was fixed, Del Valle was going to win at the end of the day, fixed or not. You know, I have been thinking this. I'll be honest with you, Rogue. In the back of my head, you know, like I said, I thought Del Valle looked good. I think Del Valle is a talented fighter. Now I'm just questioning, is he talented or did Dulgarian throw the fight? But in real time, when I wasn't even aware of the fight fixing, I was like, damn, Del Valle's pretty good. But yeah, a lot of people are acting as if, like, you know, Del Valle submitting him in the first round is impossible. Which is, you know, that's a fair question. That is a fair question, honestly. The part where it comes into play is that Del Valle got bet down, right? Bets came in, Rogue, on Del Valle at a plus 850 to win in the first round by finish. Okay, it went from 850, got bet all the way down to plus 550. So that's where the fishiness is because it was a specific prop bet on Del Valle to win via finish in the first round. You know, and then it happened. So that's where it gets fishy, just so you know. In case you're not, I'm sure you are, but in case you're not fully aware, that is the full backstory of it. That on top of Isaac getting bet down as well to lose on the money line from being a big favorite in the first place. Honestly, Lucas Almeida with the broken hand could have been something, but then it got leaked to everybody anyway, Soda Pop. So maybe you can't even investigate that because it also just became public information before the fight even took place. Did Almeida win with the broken hand? He lost, right? He didn't win. No way. Ask about Herzog. I did, Soda Pop. Thanks for the question. Who's approaching them? I asked that. And we got an answer, right? Somebody on a casino floor, Jew, approached Vince Morales. And I was going to tell him, but I figured I'll just discuss it with you guys. The fact that Vince, it wasn't just a conversation in passing. Like, I could walk by Vince Morales and be like, hey, can you lose tomorrow? I'll give you 20K, right? But the fact that he's saying it in a tweet and stuff years later or however much long after that happened, I feel like it was more of a serious conversation. That's a hunch, okay? That's a guess. But I do think Vince was involved in a more serious conversation on that casino floor. Like, it wasn't just an in-passing fucking throwaway comment asking him to fix the fight. That's my opinion. Shout out Harry Mack, bro. He was taking a fucking shit. He joined the podcast. Let's go. We finally got an exclusive, boys, on the live streams. I've been wanting one. Maybe we can get SD on next. Okay, I'm broken. Asked about Wright Thompson because he does ESPN editor and does investigative journalism. Got you. Judges are approached too. No wonder Delgado got robbed. Poor Delgado. Yeah, he didn't have any information on the judges, but shout out Jose Miguel Delgado. The water's muddy. Yes, now apologize to Tom for having a high IQ and not letting anyone fuck him, LMAO. Tom Aspinall got a high IQ, bro. I don't blame the man. What did bro work on trains for a year? Why can't a referee hear? I know. So DraftKings kept all the money. I'm seeing. Yeah, DraftKings kept all that money from crooked bets. How they kept all the money? They didn't pay out the bets. I heard some sportsbooks were issuing refunds and shit like that, and still paying out parlays if Dulgarian, was the losing fight in the parlay. They still paid out parlays. So Dylan, we asked that question. What do you think they should do to prevent fighters from rigging fights? Dylan says, I feel like allowing sponsors again would be beneficial for the UFC. They can sign the best talent, still pay them like crap, but the fighters don't complain. Dylan, yeah, man. I agree with that shit. Good standard means you're the one Ref Dana hasn't openly shit on. Bam. Why does Harry Mack sound like a nerd you'd come across on Battlefield 4 game chat? Hey, don't slander fucking Harry Mack, Dylan, alright? But I don't know. Come on, Harry Mack's a nice guy. I got a good vibe from Harry Mack. Me and Harry Mack vibed. I know that much. Me and Harry Mack definitely caught a vibe there. Had to have been Harry Mack's favorite fucking appearance yet, and his face wasn't even on, what's it called? The screen. Just a simple FaceTime. What all did Herzog say again? James Steele. Herzog basically was just trolling after this guy accused him of being under investigation for potentially, fixing fights or swaying results. And then Herzog called him trans because he has long hair. Dana will call Daddy Trump and have this all erased? Probably. Also, sorry on the Harry Mack versus Mac mix-up. All good? All good, James. I still ask the question anyway. It's okay. Tells us a lot if he knows him or not. Got you, Unbroken. He got knocked out in round 1, Almeida. Okay. I forgot if you asked him about speaking with feds. I don't know what I would have asked him about speaking with feds, to be honest. I don't think he's in contact with the feds. I think he's more on the side of sports books and shit like that. And maybe the sports books gave him info like the FBI is investigating. That's what I took. That would be my guess. Did DraftKings give refunds yet? You expect class action suit? Shit, I don't know about all that gambling stuff, but usually sports books give back the money in good faith. There's so much money for them to be made, they just give that shit back if it's like some bullshit, So I would kind of, if DraftKings doesn't issue refunds or whatever, I would be a little bit surprised. But yeah, shout out everybody who's been watching. That was the Harry Mack exclusive. Exclusive update from the man himself, Harry Mack. Looks like we had a good audience retention during the phone call. So hell yeah. Hell yeah. We're sitting around 12 viewers for the whole phone call. Let's go, boys. Let's go. You guys were tapped in. I'm back. I'm so happy someone I called out a year ago got exposed for this. It's always someone I have a bad feeling about. I'm really good at judging people. Let's go, Soda Pop. Being a good judge of character will get you far in life, bro. Far in life. So yeah, boys, appreciate everybody liking the stream. If you haven't liked it, like it, please. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. So that's pretty much the Harry Mack topic. If you guys got any more questions or anything, just drop it in there, drop it in the chat. But that was some good shit, bro. I'm on a I'm on one after that one. And then speaking of this, shout out Dylan. This is a message to Dylan. Bro, I must be on like, I had like 2 cups of coffee today. Then I had a Bang energy drink. And then I had a pre-workout before I hit the gym at like 4 o'clock. So I feel like I'm still caffeinated. I probably had to have had like 1,000 milligrams of caffeine today. Hey, and then Harry Mack shouted out my Brawly character. Dude, that was lit. That was lit. You guys like Brawly over here? Let's go Brawly. This shit's my motivation right here. Shout out Brawly. Soda Pop says he was right about Themba too. Yeah, Soda Pop, I can't believe how Themba was talking to me in the DMs. For the record, boys, he did respond to me in the DMs, but he's just so angry. Like, I just left him on scene. Like, the guy, there's no talking to the guy. And to be honest, like, until I know which well he exactly didn't follow through with, we can't even have the conversation, you know? Because the thing about Themba is he's built wells. But apparently there's a project, at least one, that he got money for through a fight kit and he didn't deliver. And he's on my fucking ass. Just speaking about Themba real quick, and then I'm going to get off this topic, but I feel like Themba being so upset about my video, I might have, you know, what's the word? Struck a nerve. Like, I might have actually hit the nail on the head with a couple things, because he's still trying to get me to take it down. Like, he uses subtle verbiage to basically suggest that I should take it down. I got a hunch that SD Dumas was begging for someone to pay him to fix it. Dylan, fucking relax, bro. Dylan got no fucking chill, bro. No fucking chill, bro. That's crazy, Dylan. So SD overheard a conversation, and SD's like, hey, I'll fucking do it. How much you paying? That's crazy work, Dylan. That's crazy work. We're gonna get SD on soon. You know, SD was posting like he's back at the UFC PI and shit. I think you boys are wrong. I don't think he's getting cut. I don't think SD getting cut, boys. We gotta have him on to find out. If Iron Aries still in the chat, I'm gonna have SD on just for you, Aries, and just for Soda Pop. Should have played Mac the knife as intro. I don't know what the knife is, but anyway. Rocking comfort colors, I see. Little tan. Little tan unbroken. All I had was tea. Those energy drinks will kill you. Damn, unbroken. The only thing in there is like fucking sucralose, bro. I'm pretty on it when it comes to some of those things. It's not like I'm drinking Monster and shit. It's a Bang. And I'm 90% sure the only bad thing in Bangs is sucralose. Did you see Nate Diaz posted fight accepted with Jake Paul? Oh, no, I didn't, James. Let's look into that right now. I find it quite surprising that a man with a journalism degree would go on long-winded, stemmed-out rants and talks about corn stars on stream. LOL. Why would that be surprising, Dylan? I feel like most journalists would be cracked out on fucking caffeine. Now, talking about corn stars on stream, that's a me thing. That's just a me thing. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Nate wants to lose to both brothers. Nate would be rematching Jake. He never fought Logan. SD Dumas is an entertaining fighter, so I can see the UFC keeping him around to make sure the crowd doesn't sleep on prelims. Yeah. Now, SD got a fan base. They should definitely kind of keep him around. Plot twist, Harry Mack is the upstairs neighbor. Damn, Jew. Bro, Harry Mack does have that look where he might just pop out of nowhere. Up to no good. Does it have guarana? No, Unbroken. No, it doesn't. It got like B12. It got like methylated B12 in the banks. And if you want to look at my pre-workout Unbroken, it's called Gorilla Mode. The only bad thing in it is sucralose, bro. I'm telling you. I'm on that shit, bro. I'm on that shit. I won't even drink it if it's got cyano. The cyanide-based B12. You guys know what I'm talking about, probably. If it got cyanide-based B12, I won't even drink it. I only take B12 that's been methylated. Okay, so what's this news about Nate Diaz? LOL, I use Gorilla Mode too. Jew, it's fire, bro. Shout out More Plates, More Dates, bro. I fuck with More Plates, More Dates. He didn't perform well. He was going to buy that. Shit. I'll watch SD Dumas fight. I gotta work out if I'm on the Gorilla Mode, though. I already lifted. I hit the gym at like 3 o'clock. That's when I took the Gorilla Mode. But I literally drank a Bang energy drink right before that. Or like an hour before that. B12 shots are $10. I know, Unbroken. I just need to buy the B12 pills. I'll agree with you there. Saw it on the gram. Got you, James. Oh, I saw Soda Pop mention this, but he's saying it's Mexico, so this is standard procedure over there. Nothing to concern yourself with. So okay, all right. Let me know, Unbroken. Let me know. Creatine is tainted now or still decent? Yo, what up, buyer seller? Creatine, bro? No, creatine's some of the best shit you could take. But just get the monohydrate. Don't be getting the fucking gummies like Joe Rogan does. That's some that's some soft ass shit. Joe Rogan be buying the fucking creatine gummies, bro. Just take that shit powder for him. Just put it in water. Paul Davis canceled. Yeah, buyer seller. Paul Davis canceled. Buyer seller, you just missed it. We had the Harry Mack on the podcast. So you got some catching up to do after the stream ends. We had an exclusive interview with Harry Mack. Thorn creatine is good. Yeah, shout out the Thorn supplement brands. I got you, boys. I got you, boys. I got you, boys. Dana White uses a Walmart creatine. I find it interesting that a billionaire takes a cheap Walmart creatine as his go-to. Dude, I'm not even a billionaire, and I wouldn't take a Walmart creatine. And it's like Thorne sponsors the company, and you're still going to Walmart. Get a grip. Get a grip. Monohydrate, okay. Yeah. Unbroken, the monohydrate. It's another word for just pure creatine. You know, those gummies got like sugar in it and shit. That's what I'm saying though, Unbroken. I'm very conscious of all that shit. Even though I be drinking like 1,000 milligrams of caffeine a day. But I don't know everything. Yeah, Unbroken. You could put it in anything. Creatine doesn't even taste like anything. You could put it in like a glass of water and you won't even taste it. Okay, Nick Diaz, right? Or Nate Diaz accepted the fight. Soda Pop, if you're still in here, by the way, I did turn on Whiplash last night. But honestly, bro, it was late, and the drumming on the movie, the opening scenes with the drumming, it was late, bro. That shit was gonna keep me up. I had to watch something a little bit more relaxing. The drumming, it wasn't bad, but it was just too late for me to watch that movie before bed. So I'm gonna watch more of it tonight after the stream, since it's still early. There's my new sponsor. Bro, I'm broken. We waiting on a sponsor, bro. I got a sponsor coming. I'm gonna hit up this guy I've known since high school, who I've always bought Kush from. Shout out Super Fresh. If you live in Orange County, you could DM me and I'll give you Super Fresh's number. But I'm gonna hit him up. I'm gonna be like, yo, I could get some free ounces if I promote you on my podcast or on my live streams, and you guys will be seeing me shout them out real soon. Let's manifest that. Dry scoop the creatine if you want to increase testosterone. That's some bro science right there, Jew. Would I take marching powder? What the fuck is marching powder, bro? I don't know what fucking marching powder is. Oh, here's Nate Diaz. First thing on my timeline. Hey, shout out Dylan Budka. Shout out Dylan Budka. Stay mindless out there, everybody. Fight accepted, you're dead. So Nate Diaz could have accepted the fight against Jake Paul. Nate Diaz could have accepted the fight against Jake Paul. Oh, my bad. Remains to be seen, but hey. Oh, and of course, bro. Of course BJ Penn is arrested, man. Gosh. What fight did Nate accept? Jake Paul. They Live is free on YouTube. Good documentary. They Live is what the documentary is called? Unbroken? Marching powder equals cocaine. Oh. No. Not much of a drug guy, to be honest with you guys. Only pretty much smoke kush. And I mean, I'll drink alcohol, I guess. But I don't even like doing that too much. Just because I'm always working. Like, I'm always fucking, grinding on some type of post or, like, editing a video. Like, if I'm teed, if I'm drunk, I'm not going to get shit done. But if I'm high as fuck, that shit don't matter. Diaz Paul 2. Buyer seller says same. Let's go buyer seller. I love Nate. I'm from the 209, but that's not the move. I don't want to see it. MMA could make it more interesting. Yeah, honestly, I don't care for Nate versus Jake 2. I really don't. I could care less. I'm tired of seeing, bro, just fight, like we said last night, boys. Like we said last night. Fight a fucking ranked cruiserweight, bro. Like, at this point, you're stupid as fuck if you think we don't want to see that. You've already done the experiment with all these former UFC fighters. Fight a cruiserweight that's ranked. Or if you really want to do gimmick bullshit, then go ahead and fight Richard Torres Jr. But he's too big for you. You know it and I know it. So take off that belly suit you posted, yourself wearing today with Sean O'Malley. And go down to cruiserweight and fight somebody in your weight class that's ranked. Okay. This will probably be the last story of the day, boys. But, yeah, I guess BJ Penn has been arrested. So let's read it. This is breaking news for me. BJ Penn charged with assault following incident in Hilo. Hawaii Island police have arrested and charged 46-year-old Jay Penn of Hilo with third-degree assault following an incident that occurred early Tuesday morning, November 4th, 2025. At 1 a.m., police responded to a report of an assault at a residence at Kanoa Street in Hilo. The 45-year-old male victim reported that Penn punched and kicked him multiple times before the victim was able to leave the area and contact police. The victim later sought medical treatment for his injuries at Hilo Benoit Medical Center at 11:50 a.m. Officers located Penn on Lahua Street in Hilo, where he was arrested with that incident. He was charged with third-degree assault, and his bail was set at $1,000, which he later posted. Why do they give him such low bail all the time? It's a petty crime, that's why. Penn is scheduled to make his initial court appearance on December 2nd at 1 p.m. in Hilo District Court. Police asking for tips. Man, BJ. So assault, Tuesday morning. 45-year-old male victim. Punched and kicked multiple times by BJ. Right here. So BJ just like, what? This is another one? You got fake imposters. What's the deal here, BJ? What's the story here, brother? You know, what's the excuse this time? They a clone too? It gets to a point, guys. It gets to a fucking point, man. Unbroken says 209 has the best gay bars, just saying. Oh shit, Unbroken. Alright, Unbroken. Let's go. Not let's go, but hey, I mean, if you like to frequent, hey, let's go. BJ Penn is tweaking. Hashtag free BJ. What up, Tyler Betts? What up, Tyler Betts? How long you been in here, Tyler Betts? Hawaii is defund the police place. Bro, Hawaii is low-key pretty corrupt. There was this thing. Did you guys check this out? This was on Hawaii News Report. This isn't MMA related, but check this out, guys. A plane crashed that was flying to Hawaii carrying, look at this, UPS flight. Look, UPS flight 2976 en route to Honolulu slammed into Louisville carrying a staggering 2,800,000 gallons of jet fuel. Where's Louisville? Kentucky? Yeah, Kentucky. Okay. But check out this explosion. Hopping in and out. All right, Tyler. All right. I'll see you later, brother. Check that. Make sure you like the stream, Tyler, if you're still in here. Bro, 280,000 gallons of fucking gasoline is crazy. But in other news, to wrap up the day, slow news day, but Dana White delivered, so shout out Daddy Dana. Oh, this post is doing well. We don't got to watch it on here. Go on my Instagram if you want to watch it. But, what's his name? Well, I posted a clip today of my conspiracy about Dan Miragliotta. You guys already know my conspiracy about Dan Miragliotta, so I posted a clip about it, and it's doing well. 308 likes. We got Philly Fresh, Phil Rowe liking it. Love to see a fighter liking my shit. And how many views we got on it? About to hit 10K. Some good shit, good shit. But speaking of my profile, I just want to go over a couple things I posted. Just some dope videos. We got Ilya. I don't care that this guy's not an elite fighter, bro. What did me and Harry Mack talk about? A lot of the guys in the UFC aren't that elite. If they go up against this guy, they probably ain't submitting him and snatching a fucking Darce this quick. Also, this guy's a couple divisions above Ilya, all right? Ilya hits a super duck, and then he runs the Darce like super quick. So check it out. Takes him down and submits him in under 30 seconds. Ilya looks happy. He looks kind of big, right? He looks good, boys. Ilya looks good. Ilya looks good, man. I like this little clip of him. Seems to be happy, to be honest. Small clip. Did I hear the rumors that the Topuria brothers got kicked out of the Topuria mansion? Shit, is that his ex-wife's mansion? I didn't hear that rumor. Prime Connor versus Prime Topuria. Unfortunately, Seller, Prime Topuria is walking through him, bro. And you just saw that grappling, right? Justin Gaethje don't even fucking know how to wrestle in his fights. You know? Why the fuck are we having Justin Gaethje fight Ilya? It needs to be Paddy, bro. Paddy's the black belt in jiu-jitsu who actually gets submissions and shit. Like, that's what we want to see. Flying triangles from Paddy. Against another jiu-jitsu ace, bro. And a boxing fucking knockout artist. Ilya versus Paddy Pimblett. I'm going to keep saying it until it gets announced. Tyler Betts says he's here now. Just been going in and out, back and forth. Okay, I got you. Got you, Tyler. I got you, brother. We saw how corrupt it was with the quote-unquote fires. Yes, Unbroken. And that bullshit is still going on. Jake ought to be desperate for an opponent right now. Bet he called up Askren. 9 missed calls from Jake Paul. Jake Paul trying to what's the word? Get the favor back for that donation, I guess. I don't know if Jake Paul donated, but I'm pretty sure he might have donated to Ben's cause. Buyer seller, I actually agree though. Yeah. Ilya good, man. Ilya real good. He got no holes, you know? Ilya's got no holes. You saw Connor's holes, which was the wrestling get exposed by Khabib. You know? Ilya is him, I know. Ilya and Justin already confirmed. Fuck no, Jew. Never gonna be confirmed. It ain't never happening, brother. It ain't never happening. That's gonna be my next fucking, like, thing I post. Like, I predicted. I'm vindicated. Justin ain't fighting Ilya. Paddy gets KO'd first or second round. Okay, buyer seller, but that's why we're interested. You know, because yes, a lot of people think that, but then the argument, Paddy's bigger than Ilya, right? He's a real lightweight. He could take some of Ilya's shots probably. He's younger. He got a chin on him. Scousers don't get knocked out. So, let's see. Let's see. But I love it. I love it. You think Paddy gets KO'd? Some people think Paddy gonna walk through Ilya. I don't know if it belongs to his ex, but there's footage of Ilya and Alexandre training for the Qatar event, and they were in some warehouse. Okay, Dylan. Bro, they probably did relocate somewhere. I would imagine. Like, you don't live with his wifey anymore. Spain is screwed again. It's like Saudi Arabia now. Unbroken. Care to elaborate? I don't even know what Saudi Arabia is like. Topuria KO's Gaethje too. Oh, man. Oh, man. Too quick. KO's Gaethje too quick. The chin is compromised. This video, too, was pretty dope. Usman Nurmagomedov getting put to the test by Khabib. Or getting his takedown defense put to the test by Khabib. Usman with a nice fucking reversal here on the takedown attempt. Ends up on top. Watch it one more time. It's quick. Takes over the top. He should have rolled. He should also rolled. Congrats to Usman. That was a good takedown. Pimblett Topuria is a great fight. We all want to see it. Also want to see how Paddy reacts to being put to sleep. Buyer seller. Buyer seller. Thinks Ilya got that. And you're allowed to think that. Who can doubt Ilya right now? Fun fact, the sheriff from Hawaii incident is the same sheriff from the Las Vegas mass shooting incident. What a coincidence. Wait, Unbroken, are you sure you're talking about the sheriff? Or like, because it wasn't, this is what I know, right? 90% sure. Wasn't Governor Josh Green the governor for that Las Vegas shooting? And now he's the governor of Hawaii? Was Hawaii governor previously connected to Vegas? Yeah, the Hawaii governor, look. Never mind. I don't want to read all that. My attention span is too low right now. Josh Green was the governor. I'm pretty sure he was involved in that Las Vegas shooting. I'm just gonna say that. Buyer seller lives 5 minutes from AKA. That's dope, buyer seller. Buyer seller. I interviewed one fighter from AKA. His name's Andrew Campos. You know Andrew Campos, buyer seller? He's an amateur fighter. He's that guy who said he quit porn and weed after one of his wins last year in 2024. Andrew Campos. He's pretty good, man. I don't think he turned pro yet, but this is the guy right here. He's actually cornered by Coach Javier's son. The sheriff was the last I read. Got you. Andrew Campos, the Alchemist. He's still amateur. Hasn't fought since July. So he's 7-3 as an amateur. He's young though. I think he's like 26 or so, 27 now. I did not. Congratulations. Yeah, check it out if you want to see it. This is the guy right here. All right, boys. All right. Shout out to everybody who tuned into the stream tonight. It was a good stream. We got an exclusive. Damn, 2 people from Las Vegas connected. Crazy. Yeah, I'm broken. Google it. Google it. Hawaii Governor Josh Green when you have some time. Come back in the chat tomorrow. Tell me if I was right or wrong about that. I deserve to know if I was on some bullshit about that, but I'm like 95, 99% sure I'm right. It's like 300 to 500 to train there per month. Damn, that's insane, bro. When I was training jiu-jitsu, it was like $100 a month. 300 to 500. Tell me what fighters have 300 to 500 who aren't pros. Did you see Kayla talking about fighting someone before or after Nunes? No, I didn't, Tyler. And Tyler, unfortunately, Kayla Harrison, it's like, what do you want me to go do? Look up Kayla Harrison news? Like, if it was anybody else, I'd be like, okay, let me go look into it. But Kayla Harrison, like, shit, man. I'll catch it. I'll catch it somewhere. I'm sure I'll catch the post somewhere. I probably caught it here from you. But yeah, I won't be figuring out what the hell you're talking about with Kayla. She mentioned Valentina coming up. Okay. Kayla, LOL. Yeah, man, Kayla. Industry plant Kayla, bro. Please. Well, I'll just say this. If Kayla wants to fight Valentina instead of Nunes, bro, like, run that shit. I'd be more down to see that. I don't want to see Amanda Nunes back. I'm tired of seeing people retire and come back to build the name for somebody who's active who has no fucking name. Okay? That's how it goes. Kayla Harrison got no fucking name. You need Amanda Nunes to come back so she can beat her and apparently get her name, which won't fucking happen anyway because Kayla Harrison doesn't have what it takes to cross over to the mainstream. It is what it is. It is what it fucking is. She got her little fan base, and that's, gonna stay that way. Good night, Unbroken. Dude, that's barrier prices for you. Plus, after DC and Khabib got successful, prices went up. AKA used to be a sports training facility or all kinds of sports and gym, turned into AKA. Yeah, man, that shit sucks, man. That shit sucks. But you have probably so many people trying to go to that gym, they got to increase the price to filter out Joe Schmoes from coming in there. She wants Nunes first, and then Valentina at White House if Valentina beats Wei Lee. Okay. Okay. Got you. Sure. But honestly, I know Kayla's American and she's an Olympian, so they're gonna put her on there. But it's like, bro, like we really want Kayla Harrison on our White House card. We want Kayla Harrison on our White House card. I don't. I don't even care if she's American, bro. I don't want her on my motherfucking UFC White House card. I see the crying. I see the 100. Like, I know they're going to put her ass on there. But I'm just saying, man. She going to stink up my fucking UFC White House card, bro. Our fucking UFC White House card. This is ours, boys. This ain't Trump's birthday. This is our UFC White House card. She says she's the only American champion. Guo, I know. LOL, just a messenger. No worries, Tyler. It's always fun when I get asked about a female fighter that I'm not a fan of. It's always a good topic. Nunes could knock her out, yeah. We should sign over the woman who beat Kayla before she left PFL. What's her name again? This is the fight I want to see right here. If you guys tell me this fight's going to happen, I'm all for it. What's her name? Here, Larissa Pacheco, the last woman to beat Kayla Harrison. Kayla Harrison came into the UFC off an L, bro. Okay, to this woman. So shout out this woman right here. We need Hawkeye versus Gable Steveson on the White House. Okay, all right. I could see something like that. I just want to see Gable Steveson rack off like 3 or 4 fights, though. Just do it without fucking all the attention, bro. Like, that's what I want to see Gable. I want to see Gable shut up, not make any headlines, go get 4 more pro fights, back to back months, and then come on DWCS and just really, what's the word? Dive in or like commit to the game, bro. Until I see Gable fully committed to MMA and just be sold in on it, I have questions about him. But Gable versus Hawkeye would be cool. Really like this week's card. Hawkeye on it. Let's check out this week's card. Soda Pop, I don't know if you heard earlier, but I told you I'm going to watch more of Whiplash tonight. But the drumming scenes in the beginning, it was too loud, bro. It was too loud for a bedtime movie. Okay. Matt Schnell versus Joseph Morales. Oh, he's back out of retirement. I like this fight. Shout out Joseph Morales. Shout out Bopo, right? His name's Bopo? Yeah, Bopo. Shout out Bopo. Tough winner, right? This dude's a tough winner. 90% sure he's a tough winner. He beat Imanol. Muslim versus Euros, okay. Muslim probably going to knock out Euros, huh? What do you guys think? Any picks on that? Both Bonfim brothers competing. Chris Padilla. Ricky Simon versus Ione Barcelos, okay. I'm a fan of both guys' work. Mauricio Tulio versus Christian Leroy Duncan. Okay. All right. Interested to see this fight. Mauricio Tulio versus Christian Leroy Duncan. Bro, I didn't finish it. No, I didn't. It was too stimulating, bro. I'm being honest, Soda Pop. That shit was too stimulating for a bedtime movie. I gotta watch it at different. Like right now, I'll watch it when I get off stream. I was intrigued though. Like I saw the part where the instructor's kind of a doucher. He slams the door in the drummer's face. I saw that part. Hoping CLD, but good fight though. Let's go, Tyler. I mean, CLD 5-2 in the UFC versus 2-0. Jamal Emmers. We all know about Jamal Emmers. Hyder Emil. Oh shit, that's a good fight right there. Myra Buena versus Jacqueline. Hawkeye versus Gimenez. Okay. Tisha Pennington versus Denise. Okay. Miles Johns versus Daniel Marcos. Okay, I like that. I like Daniel Marcos. 17-1. Let's go. Jackson McVeigh versus Dante Johnson. Shout out to Dante Johnson. Fighting on back-to-back cards. Undefeated. If he wins, I'll get him on the podcast. If Dante Johnson wins, I'll get him on the podcast. Shout out Jackson McVeigh. You know, Jackson McVeigh seems like a good guy too. 0-1 in the UFC. He's already returning. Let's go. Islam versus JDM. Really tough, Scott, but off the top of my head, and I'm not really thinking too hard about it, I'm going to go Islam. He personally told me an hour ago he hasn't got a replacement yet. Oh, love this card, but I'm sad the Adrian Giannis fight got canceled. Oh, Bashi was supposed to return, but he got an injury. Damn, Bashi. Adrian Giannis versus Christian Quinones. Damn, bro. Oh, nah, Tyler. Buena Silva, low-key, baddie. Yeah, Tyler, that's crazy work. Tyler, that's crazy work, brother. Myra Buena, bro? Myra fucking Buena, bro? That's crazy. You don't think Myra Buena is like a stud? Low-key, I feel like Myra Buena might be a little bit of a stud. I don't know. I don't mean to accuse the woman, but I think she's a stud. $150 to $180 women weight classes. Oh my god, Jew, that would be such fucking an atrocity. I don't know if I want to see that, Jew. Oh, because Soda Pop goes, we need heavyweight women's division where hair pulling is allowed. Shit, I don't know if I want to see big ass fucking women fighting. That's crazy. I'm not used to that yet. Somebody got to show me. Emmer's fight got better. Hyder is way cooler than Bashi. 100%. 100%. And Bashi's one of those guys, bro, that what's his name was talking about. I feel like he was talking about Bashi when Harry Mack was like, you got some guys on LFA who are 4-0 getting tossed up opponents left and right because they sell tickets. It's like, oh, you mean Austin Bashi? Yeah, can't wait for his day to come. And no hate on Bashi. It's just like everybody who buying the bullshit, you know, we can't have it. Bullshit only going to last for so long. Myra is dating Gloria De Paula. See what I mean? I told you. Myra's a stud, Tyler. You're crazy. Juice says Myra got cakes and Tyler co-signs it. Tyler probably said something so fucking sick that he had to detract it. Polyana is bad. Yes, she is bad. But she can't get a dub. True and true, Tyler. True and true. Or buyer seller. True and true. Buyer seller. True and true. You know, Jake and Francis were beefing. We're going to just do this, and then we're going to end the stream. All right, boys? Jake and Francis were beefing. It's some stupid shit, you know, but this is the thing. You know, Jake can go ahead and say this now. So Jake goes, Dear Francis, just say you already got humiliated in boxing and we are scared to lose, and you are scared to lose to Jake Paul. Accept that you are light work, my friend, stuck in the mud. Quoting Connor. Francis goes, choose your words wisely, boy. I agree that you need someone to discipline you for what you did to Mike Tyson, but stay in your lane. Jake goes, my lane helped your lane. I spoke up for you over and over again. No more. Look at yourself in the mirror. God don't like ugly. Maybe the truth is you are a fake, holier than thou actor when it's always been just about you. Maybe use your platform to speak on the youth of your country. Posting a flag ain't it. Instead of doing TMZ interviews like a con man to talk about me. Reality check, I sleep you in boxing and John Jones does in bed. Oh my gosh. Francis goes, you did speak up for me in the past, but we're still not in the same lane. Grow up and don't fall so low. Millions of views for these fucking tweets, boys. Millions of views. Francis, this is what happens though when you turn it the fuck down. I told you, Francis. Enjoy Jake Paul going around doing a media tour saying you turned his ass down. Come on, bro. This is what happens. Castro, can we get a top 3 WMMA baddies? All right, Dylan. Soda Pop says, I'm going to say Viviane Araujo. I know, bro. Viviane low-key kind of bad, though. I can't even hold you guys on that one. I can't even hold my own thought on that one. Maybe it's the plugs on Viviani, huh? Maybe it's the plugs. But I'm not gonna put Viviani in my top 3. Top 3 WMA baddies, bro. All right, let's go. I'd go Pauliana Viana, of course. I would go. I need to pull up I need to pull up the UFC.com shit. Okay, let's throw. It's actually tough. Maybe the lighter weight classes have some more baddies. Okay, let's throw Amanda Hebos in there. So we got Pauliana Viana, Amanda Hebos. Help me out, boys. Oh. Okay, boys. I'm going to give you the top 3. Pauliana Viana, Amanda Hebos, Natalia Silva. Need a Snow Bunny Division 2, LOL a Torta Division. We all know who would be the champ of the Torta Division. Look who I highlighted. That's the champ of the Torta Division right there. Natalia Silva, my number 1. Yeah. Natalia Silva bad. Norma Dumont, nah, bro, nah. I'm not into it. Natalia Silva, one of them you got to lock down for life. Yeah. She wifey material. I'm going Paulie, Dern after that last performance, and I don't know for the 3rd. All right, buyer seller. What about Natalia? My thing about Dern, she aight, bro. She aight, but she overhyped a little bit because the big booty, you know? The face card, you got to have a good face card. Joanna Jędrzejczyk don't got that good face card. No hate on Joanna, but she don't got that good face card. There's some other baddies who are unranked, though. You know who I'm talking about, right? Like that girl who does that twerking dance. She pretty bad, too. A lot of the Brazilian fighters are bad. There's another Brazilian fighter. She ain't ranked or anything. But you guys know who I'm talking about, right? Valentina and Joanna were bad in their primes. Damn, Tyler Betts. You be liking. Shout out to Tyler Betts, man. No hate on your taste. No hate on it. We all got different taste. Always remember that. I already said that once, but you know what I mean? Hey, there's something for everybody, boys. There's always something for everybody. All right, boys. It is getting late, though. It is getting late. We've been live for a couple hours, I think. Let's see. Yeah, 2 hours, 10 minutes. Misha Tate. I was going to say, I was a fan of Valerie Letourneau back in the day. Young JC had a crush on Valerie Letourneau. I'm not going to lie to you, boys. Young me had a crush on Valerie Letourneau. That might have been my crush, you know what I'm saying? Of all the women's fighters in history, I was a fan of Valerie Letourneau. Shout out. Misha Tate, LO, damn the Valentina disrespect. Hey, John Jones hitting that, Tyler Betts. You better be careful, bro. You got to see John Jones about that. That's John Jones' girl. Remember when Buck had a Discord, LOL? I do remember that. Maybe we got to get a Discord going soon. I think eventually I'll start a Discord, boys, and we can have a group chat going off the lives. And then I can also just DM you guys. Because there's a lot of times where I'd be thinking, like I saw this Dana White thing, right? I was going to post an update, like going live in like an hour. But, you know, I think it'd be easier if we were in a Discord and I could just like drop a comment like, yo, boys, going live in an hour. Because if I post on YouTube, you got to like do an image and shit like that. All right, last one in, I'm out. Dead ass. The boxing quote is a baddie. Clarissa Shields. Oh my God, Tyler Betts. You're crazy, bro. No way. Tracy Cortez. Tracy Cortez up there. Tracy Cortez up there. It's not the quote, Tyler Betts. It's this one. What's her name? You guys know who I'm talking about. Who am I talking about? I'm trying to find the card so I can find out what the girl's name is. Give me a second. What the fuck, bro? Alicia Bumgarner. Alicia Bumgarner, the baddest female boxer right now, in my opinion. Yeah, Alicia Bumgarner. I low-key find Shields cute, too. I agree with Tyler on that one. That's wild, boys. That's wild. Did I see the Mike Perry interview with Ariel? Soda Pop getting after me for liking Viviani, but he finds Clarissa Shields cute. All right, we both got one on each other now, Soda Pop. We both got one on each other. Clarissa Shields, Tracy Cortez. Alicia Bumgarner, yeah. Did I see Mike Perry interview with Ariel? Nope, I didn't. But I'll watch it. I'll watch it, Scott. Is it new?
Yesterday on the program, I talked about...
Looks like it was yesterday. I'll check it out. I like a Mike Perry interview. My last one, Michelle Watterson. Nah, never been a fan. Jocelyn Edwards, hella underrated. All right, you boys are
we'll
out
see
of
how
pocket
violent
now.
it gets. It's always different.
You boys are out of pocket. You're trying to get me to co-sign one of these, one of these chicks, and it's not fucking happening.
Grow a set, baby. Grab that
Maria Oliveira is a cutie. I told you I've been rocking with Black Girls recently.
What do you feel right now?
Maria Oliveira, top 5 UFC baddie all time.
Pain.
Yeah, it's new.
It's
Got you, Scott. I'll watch it. I'll tap in. Okay, I'm gonna look at Maria Oliveira, and then I will see you guys tomorrow. All right. I hit the gym earlier, and then I was rushing to get on at 7 p.m. so Harry Mack didn't bail on me again. And all I had was a fucking bagel and peanut butter. So I'm just like dying of hunger right now. Or else I would stick around longer. Oh shit, Soda Pop. Okay, Soda Pop. Okay, Soda Pop. I'll let you have it. I'll let you have it. I still would put Alicia Bumgarner over Maria Oliveira though. Not sure how you would rank that, but just in comparison for me at least. All right, boys. Shout out everybody for tuning in, sticking with me. I appreciate it. I will see you guys tomorrow. About the same time, 6 or 7 p.m. Pacific. And shout out Harry Mack. Shout out all the boys in the chat. Shout out all the new viewers. Make sure to subscribe if you're a new viewer. Make sure to like the video if you haven't, but I'm sure all you boys have. But if you haven't, get me that 15th like at a bare minimum, please. And later, Scott. Tyler says too fake looking for me. Fair enough. We need SD Dumas. Dylan, I'm going to get you a SD Dumas interview. I'm going to get it for you boys. Peace out. Peace out, buyer seller. Hey, I'm going to leave you boys with this, all right? I'm going to leave you boys with this. Peace out, Tyler Betts. I'm going to leave you boys with this. BBL or natural booty? BBL or natural booty? You boys let me know tomorrow. When the stream starts tomorrow, I want to see BBL or natural booties in the chat, all right? Let me know tomorrow, boys.